I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come.
Should I call you mister? Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
Don't trust China. China is asshole.
You are gay. You are gay.
I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. 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 I'm gonna come. 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 Come.
I didn't come in your burrito.
Hello, hi, welcome to Terrible Person, formerly How to Become a Terrible Person.
Hi.
Hi.
Heyo.
So, if you're on the free feed right now, which you are, listening to this, you may notice that all the episodes are gone. All of the episodes are gone. Caitlin?
Yes,
Do
they
you have
are.
anything to say? No, I don't. You don't have to explain this. So basically, we are at an impasse where we have been doing a lot of premium type content on the free feed, and we basically preemptively took some episodes and moved them around. So if you were going and listening to all the old episodes, go to www.terribleperson.co. They're all there. Literally all the part ones and all the part twos are there. You can listen to everything in order, no problem. But we just had to make a bit of a correction to our regular free podcast feed, just so you guys know. We won't elaborate too much.
None your business.
None of your business.
I'm just kidding.
But I am a paid actor.
What?
Portraying the role of Grant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I am a paid actress.
Yes. What's your real name?
Selena.
Selena?
Yeah.
Well, hi, everyone. I'm Gareth. Welcome to the New Testament version of How to Become a Terrible Person, currently Terrible Person. So thank you, everyone. I've gotten a lot of frantic messages. I had to do this week. People were like, I'm in the middle of December of 2022 and I can't listen to the fucking episodes, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Too bad.
And I got tired of explaining it to everyone that messaged me, so I just was like, well, I'll just address it here.
Yeah.
So www.terribleperson.co, go there, sign up for all the Old Testament episodes plus the all the premium episodes. So yeah, it's a good time. It's $2 a month. Do it. I think it's worth it. Caitlin?
We're just watching a commercial over here where a lady is shaving her bikini line with her underwear on.
Yeah, we have the local news
in the
on,
shower.
and they're showing it's like she had her panties on, and she was doing a pubic trim.
Because that's real life. Like
She was shaving outside of the panties, full granny panties. It was fascinating, and then it went right into a men's shaving ad. Maybe it was like strategic.
Yeah, it was just funny.
But you don't
Like nobody gave their underwear on to shave their bikini line.
you don't shave your panty line with your panties on.
No. I'm pretty sure you have a good idea of where your panties end.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, mine's super noticeable because I have a permanent tan line.
Right. So if you're shaving your panty line, which I prefer over, what'd you say, bathing suit line? What'd you call it? What's the appropriate term? You said it. I said panty. You said
line?
bikini line. There we go. That sounds cooler. That sounds more Gen Z. Good work there, Kate. We're tapping into the younger audience.
Literally what it's called.
Well, no, but isn't it also your panty line? Your panties, or panty liner is what I'm thinking.
Panty liner is, yeah, what you line your underwear with when you have
you
a very light
diarrhea.
period.
When you have diarrhea.
When it's like last day of your period.
When you have diarrhea, you just put a panty liner in there and just say, fuck it. I had three chili cheese dogs last night. I got to wear a panty liner to work.
If you have really bad diarrhea, I don't think a panty liner is going to do much for you.
Do you remember Robin Big? Do you remember that show? Rob Dyrdek and his bodyguard?
Yeah, of course.
Do you remember the man pond? Where Big Black would roll up toilet paper and put it in his ass?
No.
Yeah. He called it a man pond. You know what I found out about that show?
Why would he do that?
To keep,
More info.
to keep the poop from touching his underwear. if he had like diarrhea or couldn't get her, couldn't do a thorough job wiping.
Yeah.
I'd rather have, I think, remnants of poop than to have a rolled up thing of toilet paper.
Wad of toilet
that's
paper.
also covered in poop.
I mean, I've like folded up toilet paper before and used it as like a panty liner sort of situation.
Life hack.
Lined my underwear.
DIY panty liners, everybody.
When you like get your period and
how would you go about doing that? If you were to, let's say
well,
let's
get
say
your
this
period and you're not expecting it, and there's you have no access to like a panty liner, pad, tampon, whatever. There's not like a little machine where you can buy it. You're just kind of like fucked. So you get a piece of get like a couple squares of toilet paper, like 2, 3.
Yeah.
And then you just fold them up neatly into like a little rectangle.
And you just put it on your little crotch area.
Put it on the little crotch area of your underwear.
Here's what
And then you just pull your panties up.
This is, what, we're an informative educational podcast. Now I've heard you say something, and I want to talk about this. Sometimes, occasionally, you will be like, I think I just started my period. Now, when you say that, what are you feeling that is giving you the indication you started your period?
Well,
I've always wondered what that means when somebody is like, I think I just started my period. Does that mean
Well, it's because like there's usually symptoms leading up to it that you're like, okay,
Let's
I'm
go
gonna
through the
get
symptoms.
my period soon.
Like
your boobs are so sore.
Like,
your
whole boob.
So tender.
Your whole boob is tender.
Yes.
Not just like the areola and nipple
Your entire
area.
boob is
okay.
like just tender.
So symptom 1 is tender titties.
Tender titties. And then you also might get like cramps. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
What kind of, so where does the cramp, does it feel like a stomach cramp?
And it's below your stomach.
It's
your lower abdomen.
You can tell it's a woman related issue with those
kinda,
cramps.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then
okay.
So you might have those.
So we got.
And then you might be like super emotional or like moody, or you get pissed off easily more easily than usual.
Do you suffer from that symptom around period time, babe?
Sometimes I get really emotional.
Guys, she does.
And then
so
you
100%.
usually have some of those symptoms leading up to it, and then sometimes you feel like movement down there.
Like movement.
Yeah, you feel something, and then you're like, oh, I think I started my period.
Okay, I have a really gross question to ask.
Movement, like what? Is that what you're asking?
No, I mean, I think I know what you mean by that. But when okay.
Sometimes, this is like, I mean, this doesn't happen to me anymore, really, because I have like lighter periods. But back in the day, like when I was younger, I used to get like these like you could feel it, and you're just like.
And does it? Because I'm assuming I've never touched poop right from the source, but I'm assuming it's warm. It's the stuff that. God, this is a gross conversation. And you know what's funny is most of our listeners are women, so they're just like, Grant, you're an idiot. But it's warm because it's coming out of your body, right?
Yeah, it's like body temperature.
So you feel like a warm sensation coming out. Does it feel like you peed?
No, it doesn't feel like you peed. It's not the same hole.
Well, duh. But I mean, does it feel like in your underwear? Like, are you like, oh?
No.
Okay. I see, man. Wow. This is really, you're doing a service.
Because pee is like pee. It's so thin. Blood is blood. And period blood is different than just regular blood.
This is a really gross way to start off the New Testament.
You're the one who's asking.
Well, no. I think this is good. I needed to know these things.
All girls will know what I mean.
Shout out to the ladies listening to the podcast.
And you should know this too by now.
What? That it's hot when it comes out?
No, but yeah, I feel like you should know, like, it's body temperature. Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, I know. I just like, because you know how it feels, like certain times, like it feels hot, like when you pee. If you pee outside and it's like steam comes off because it's hot and it's cold outside. You know what I mean?
Sure.
If you had your period outside, would it steam?
I don't think so.
Fascinating. Well, we're learning a lot here.
Maybe if it was like sub-zero temperatures and then you're like camping outside and then you step out your little tent or whatever and you like
I see.
whip out your tampon.
Whip it out.
I don't know. Maybe it would be steaming for like a sec.
Mm.
But
Do
I feel
guys?
like
What's
that's
what?
like the probability is
What's
like very
what's
slim.
the guy equivalent of a period? Not that we have like a monthly
You
thing.
do.
But what?
Well,
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
have like a monthly like hormonal thing that they go through.
Because
So
of
they
the
have.
moon, which is fake.
It's
Fake
not
moon.
fake.
The moon is fake.
The moon is not fake.
We're controlled by
Oh
the
my
government
God,
controls
Grant, the
male
moon's not
menstruation.
fake. If the moon was fake, then don't you think we would have landed on it?
What do you mean? No, we wouldn't, because they wouldn't want to expose. The whole dark side of the moon, like the side we don't see, is just cables and wires. It's like
Good Lord.
it's like when you go to like a server room and you see like the back of the servers. That's
I
what
thought
the
we
moon.
said we were gonna dial it back.
I think we need to dial that up. I think that's what the ladies want.
No, they
is
don't.
more fake moon talk.
No, they don't.
Also, if for anyone who wants to know,
Also, that Fly Me to the Moon movie is coming out this weekend.
yep, looks pretty good.
All this talk about how the moon landing's not real
Here's
now.
is what's the premise of that movie?
They faked the moon landing.
They faked the moon.
It's like a market. It's like Channing Tatum. I think he actually works for NASA as like an astronaut engineer.
Oh, and they hired
whatever.
actors and shit.
And they're like trying to figure out how to get to the moon, and then they're like we can't fucking do it. So then they hire like Scarlett Johansson, this like marketing exec, to basically come in and like make it seem like they went to the moon.
Do you know what the theory is for NASA? Somebody at NASA said, yes, we did fake the images. Because at the time they didn't have the technology to do whatever. So they faked the images so we'd have something to look at. But they went. That's what they said.
Sure.
And also, if you want to know, I've gotten a lot of messages about this. American Moon. It's on YouTube. It's 4 hours long. It's a documentary
4
about.
hours.
Yeah, it's like a
Jesus
it's a video
Christ.
dissertation of how the moon landing was fake. And there's a cat right on cue. So, Caitlin, we should address the elephant in the room.
What, the cat?
Well, no, that's a cat in the room. We don't need to talk about him. We had the pleasure of going to see Hamilton last night. And here's what I'm going to say, guys. The entire time I was watching Hamilton, I was thinking about all the people who told me how good Hamilton was, and I was just pissed off at them because I couldn't understand a goddamn word anyone was saying. What do you think, Kate?
I don't think theater's for me.
I also
Theater.
I didn't know that the founding fathers were all black. That like for real.
You know what it reminded me of?
George Washington was
Do you remember when Brandy was Cinderella?
Yes. Yeah,
It was that.
I could see that.
Just Alexander Hamilton.
George Washington was like a hot black bald jack guy.
Sounded like fucking
Biggie Smalls.
when,
Yeah.
when he rapped. I'm just like,
Here-
what am I watching?
Here's the thing. I'm sure the content is great. I'm sure it's a really good and a profound musical, but I think we were just the wrong audience for it. Because like literally from the jump, I asked you at one point when the French guy came out, I was like, is he speaking English?
And I'm like, I don't know.
So we did that.
Yeah, we did.
That was fun. Do you have
It
any
was an
other do you have any other comments about have you seen a lot of live theater, Caitlin?
No, I haven't.
What
I'm
have you
not
seen?
gonna lie. I've seen Book of Mormon.
Sick.
That was like probably the most recent thing that I've seen.
And that's a big Tony Award winning.
But I feel like I liked that. Like I remember enjoying that.
Yeah.
I remember thinking that it was like long,
Yeah. Well, they're all long.
but I remember liking it.
So you saw Book of Mormon.
I've seen Beauty and the Beast, Lion King.
You saw Lion King like on Broadway. Did you see it on Broadway or did you
I
see
saw
it?
it at Gamage.
Oh, okay. What was Lion King like? Were they all in costumes like lions?
Yeah. It was
Dumb.
It was better than Hamilton.
So it's like grown-up cats, basically, in Africa.
Yeah. But they're not like
Oh, did you see that shit of which one? Who's the youngest of Kim's kids with Kanye? Saint or North? The youngest one.
Oh, North is the oldest.
Okay, so the
So I guess Saint.
yeah,
probably.
the 8-year-old. Did you see that she was in Lion King? And they were like, "This is nepotism." And then there was a clip of Saint singing in Lion King, and she's so bad.
I thought Saint was a boy. I think it might be Chicago.
I have no idea. Do they have a boy?
Yeah, Saint and what's the other one? There's 2 boys, 2 girls.
What? They have 4 kids?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, congratulations, Kanye and Kim. You guys, I feel like...
Congratulations to your kids that were born like 8 years ago.
Yeah, I feel like you guys are going to stick together and be, happy family forever. So...
Agreed.
Caitlin. So you've seen Lion King. You've seen... What else?
Beauty and the Beast.
Got it.
Book of Mormon.
Cool.
I remember one time it was like not Broadway at all. It was like this. It was called Funny Girl or something like that.
Oh yeah, Funny Girl.
I saw that
with Rain on My Parade.
Is that the song?
That's the big song from it. Yeah, Funny Girl. That was Barbara Streisand, I believe, was Funny Girl originally. Shout out to Barbara, longtime listener of How to Become a Terrible Person.
It. I think that's all I've seen. What are some other like plays?
I don't know what you would have seen. I've seen a lot of plays. I don't remember a lot of the plays. I don't remember many names.
Yeah, I don't know.
I saw a lot of also community theater. Which, if you guys want to have an experience, go see a community theater original production. They're fascinating.
Also, I will say, I didn't love how, I already told you this, but I didn't like how they didn't change the set at all. Every other musical or play, whatever, that I've gone to see, they always bring in some, different backdrop or, a prop or something. So they kind of set the scene so you know what the fuck they're kind of doing in that scene. Hamilton, the entire time, it was just a red brick wall with people standing on the outside perimeter balcony things, and then some ropes coiled up on the back wall.
I was like, are they on a ship?
I'm like, yeah, are they on a ship? But then his wife was there in some scene, so it's obviously they're not on a fucking ship when the wife's there.
Right. I also didn't.
I don't know.
I didn't realize that Alexander Hamilton was a philanderer. I didn't know.
I feel like all of the founding fathers were philanderers.
Yeah, it's just weird.
But remember when we went to that Ben Franklin museum and we realized that he lived in London for fucking 10 years at a time.
And Ben Franklin was notoriously fucking.
Yeah.
He was.
But he would just he had all these. He had a wife and then he had some kids with her. But yeah, he would just be like, oh yeah, bye bitch, I'm going to London for literally 8 years.
I've got to go sketch. I've got to go sketch some things.
And then he'd come back to Philadelphia and then he'd be like, hey.
He's like, I've invented a new hat.
I got gout now.
Yeah, I have gout. Ben Franklin.
Didn't he also have syphilis too? Wasn't that the rumor?
I'm not sure. There's been that rumor about everybody, I feel like. But I mean, it's probably...
They probably all fucking
had it, yeah. What do you think that conversation was like back in the day? The hookup conversation in 1776. Hey, what's up, girl? You know what I mean? The one-night stand type situation? Because those were happening.
I don't know if they had to happen like that or if it was more so just they just go to the brothel and be like, oh, I'll give you 25 shillings.
For sex workers.
Just kidding. Shillings. That's Europe.
Pirate stuff. Shillings? Where's that from?
It's old time in England.
They had shillings.
I'm pretty sure.
That's
that was their old...
We had
I'll Google
in
it.
Arizona.
Don't worry. I'm going to fact check myself right now so nobody else has to do it for us.
Fun fact, in Arizona, we have Kurt Schilling.
Who was that?
He's the Arizona Diamondbacks pitcher. Remember him? Kate? Kate's Googling.
I'm Googling.
Googling.
Formerly, it's a shilling, historical coin, name of a unit of modern currencies, formerly used in the United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, and other British Commonwealth countries and Ireland, where they were generally equivalent to 12 pence or 1/20th of £1 before being phased out during the 1960s and 70s.
1/20th of £1?
Yeah, of their current currency.
Interesting.
So it like 1 shilling was equal to 12 pence, which is their cents.
Isn't there's a Christian rock band called 12 Pence, None the Richer. Do you know them? They're your favorite band? 12.
I feel like I've heard of them. What
yeah,
song do they sing?
I don't know.
Is that the Kiss Me people?
No. I don't
Who
think
sings
so.
Kiss Me?
That's like a lady, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. Hold on. First, let me check out 12 pence. How do you spell pence?
We're just misinformationing all over the
12
place.
How do you spell pence? 12 pence. How do you spell that, Kate?
PENCE.
None. 10 pence, None the Richer is the band. Yeah. No. 6 pence, None the Richer. And you're right. They did do Kiss Me. How did you know that?
I am just fucking amazing.
Kate doesn't know any like obscure music or artists. So the fact that you know
you
that.
are welcome.
Did you have that on like a soundtrack and now that's what I call music or something? You were like, I loved Sixpence None the Richer.
I think it was a karaoke song on a PlayStation game
Kiss
that I
me
used to play with my friend.
down on the building, barley. Isn't it something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Ugh. We're going to get copyright flag because that was right on.
Totally.
I already see this demonetized episode. By the way, www.terribleperson.co. Again, all the Old Testament episodes, all the part ones that you have been listening to.
And that's not fair to say that I don't know any obscure music. You probably just don't even know it. It's so obscure.
I know Kiss Me, and I know 10 Pence None the Richer.
Okay, that's one example, but you're saying that I don't know any obscure music. Maybe my obscure music taste is just so obscure that you don't even know it.
What's your obscure
music? And you never
music?
even asked me, so there.
What's your favorite
I don't know.
independent artist? Like Miley Cyrus? I love Hannah Montana. I don't get this Miley Cyrus chick though.
Oh, look, he's wearing a Penn State shirt.
Yeah.
I don't know, Grant.
That's cool.
I don't. You're right.
What?
I just don't like how you make that judgment.
What do you
about
mean? It's
me.
not a judgment. It's just a statement of fact. It's truth. Kate just unplugged her microphone. She's done. Good luck getting that back in. So shout out to Shelley Duvall.
I literally got it back in on the first try.
Shelley Duvall died today.
Who's that?
The lady from The Shining. And she also
The mom?
Yeah, and she also played Olive in the Popeye movie with Robin Williams.
She looks like Olive.
She does look like she's
She's like perfect.
perfect casting.
They probably saw her in The Shining and they were like, she's our Olive.
She was 75 years old. Also, the little kid from Alf died.
I don't even know what that kid looks like.
Yeah, well, he died here in Arizona in a parking lot at 45. So he was up to some
Fun stuff. Apparently.
Yeah. So it's hot here. Maybe he died in the heat. Maybe he got heat stroke and died in his car after he took that fentanyl.
Yeah. Sure.
Kate.
Grant.
So, do you know a lot about the Salem witch trials?
I mean, like, no, not a ton, I don't think.
I was just thinking about it today and how funny would it, like so didn't they drown? They were like, we can drown witches, right? They can drown them and burn them.
Yeah, I think it was like if you float or something,
You're a witch.
You were.
If you come up, you're a witch. But if you sink, you're a regular person.
Yeah, something like that. So it's like you
Doesn't-
died.
Yeah, doesn't that logic seem weird?
Yeah, but I think they would
they're-
also like weight them down and shit too.
That's scary. Can you imagine getting thrown into water with fucking weights tied to a chair?
Yeah, no, I think that's what it was. And if you sunk, you were like a witch, and if you floated, you were like a normal person. But it's like you can't really like float.
Do you think
when you're
witches? Do you think witches are real?
weighted down and died.
Do you think they're real? Where do you fall on the witch stuff? Like, obviously,
Do I think that people like think that they're witches and practice witchcraft?
100% true.
Yes.
Definitely. But do you believe in witches? It's an audio podcast, Kate.
I don't really think so.
Do you believe in vampires?
No.
Werewolves are out for sure. I don't believe in werewolves.
No.
I'm kind of in on vampires.
I do believe in ghosts and poltergeists and demons.
Demons are tight, dude. Demons and
I
poltergeists
don't think
and
I
shit.
believe in any of the other like scary creatures though.
Glenda the Good Witch. You don't think there's good witches and bad witches?
No.
Intro. Like, so Ryan Murphy's whole universe of American Horror Story is based on the fact that witches are real and controlling the world. Isn't that funny?
I mean, maybe it's true.
Remember
maybe
that?
Maybe the elites that rule the world are
That's what I
trying
mean.
to. They think that they're witches. But
I
I
think-
don't know if they like legit are. Like, I don't think they have magical powers. I think their magical powers might be like that they're like insanely wealthy.
I think yeah, you're right. The elite do think they're vampires and witches.
Yeah, that's why
100%.
they like eat babies and
Drink blood. Do you think that
kill little kids for their
blood for the adrenochrome?
Yeah.
For that sweet adrenochrome?
It's so weird.
Would you try it if I was able to procure a sample of
No.
adrenochrome?
No.
If I were able to sustainably source adrenochrome?
I feel like there are other ways to like stay youthful.
Okay, let's go through them. Number 1, Kate.
Good diet.
Good diet.
Making
Adrenochrome.
sure that you
add
exercise regularly.
sprinkle a little
throughout
adrenochrome.
your life.
Exercise.
Like, don't just like not exercise your whole life, and then when you get to be like 40 years old, be like, I'm getting fat. I think I need to start exercising now.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure. Like, if you want to do that, good for you. I think it's good that you want to get healthy, but I think that you need to like be, I don't know, like somewhat consistent.
Sure.
With
Number 3.
exercise.
Plenty of water.
Sure, whatever.
Hydrate.
Yeah.
You got a number 4?
Sleep.
Sleep. Good. 5, adrenochrome. If you can
And
sneak in some adrenochrome as number 5.
I would say like probably the other secret would be like good skincare.
True. You'll look better.
If you want to get Botox, if you're into that, sure. If you want to get plastic surgery, whatever. But I don't think you need to like kill little babies and drink their blood.
True.
Like, just go and get a vampire facial.
Yeah. What did Kim Kardashian say? She was getting a whale semen facial?
Something like that.
Dude.
But it's like there's so much shit like that. It's like you don't need to eat kids.
Yeah, you could do some other weird shit that you can tell your friends about. You can't really
Right.
tell your friends you're eating kids. You know?
Yeah, it's not like you can like really brag about that to people, but you can brag about getting a whale semen facial or whatever.
Yeah, it's funny how there's a fine line between like, yeah, hey, Gareth, you look great. And I'm like, well, I just got a semen facial.
My own semen.
Yeah. I just bent myself in half against the bed. Gave myself a $400 facial. What if you just came home? I'm just like, hey, Kate.
What if I asked you to do that for me?
Whatever you need, babe.
Like I feel like it tightens up the skin.
It does.
Prevents wrinkles.
Prevents wrinkles. Yeah. But no, you're just like, you just give me like a little cup. You know what I mean? You're like, put it in here. Thank you.
Drop your sample in here.
You have like a glove on.
You can leave it on the back of the toilet.
You're putting it on your face, but you have a glove on to apply it. Oh, so shout out to the guy with 1,000 kids on Netflix. Whatever that documentary's called. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't
Got
see.
pretty wild.
I also,
Wow.
after finishing it, I don't see why everyone's so upset with him.
Well, because he was like a fraud. And it was him and that other guy.
Yeah,
and
the fraud shit made sense.
they were like mixing their jizz together and being like, well, whoever gets her pregnant gets her pregnant.
So these guys ran a fertility, like, I guess, finder website for people in, was it Australia? UK? Somewhere like that. Anyway.
No, it was the Netherlands or something like that.
Okay, so they're running this website to help match people who want to have kids with appropriate donors.
Mm-hmm.
And you find out that it's just two guys, and they're basically sending all these women their semen, and then they're also
and
going.
they've created like all these fake,
Profiles.
like donor profiles.
Yeah.
And it's like
It's just-
all of them were just these two dudes.
And sometimes they would just like both jizz in a cup and just swirl it around and then give it to the lady, and they'd be like,
disgusting.
but their whole thing was like they wanted to have as many kids as possible. They were like Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon's actually amateur level compared to these guys.
Yeah, he really is.
Because they'd be like, yeah, I got 400 kids. Like,
Also, because I'm sure, because these guys, I think, were also getting paid for it too.
well, here's the problem: is
like they donate their semen to these
Isn't it-
ladies, and these girls would pay them, right?
Is it? Yeah, and isn't it on the sperm bank to be like, hey, you've already donated 7 times this week?
Well, that was like part of like one of the episodes they talked about it, like because they were traveling around to different countries and like donating their sperm there too. So it wasn't just like in Europe; it was like in Mexico and South America and Canada and all these different places. And in certain countries, like there are limits on how many times like you can donate sperm
that
throughout
actually,
the year. So
yeah,
it'll like keep a database of, and like they were saying that in like a bunch of those European countries and stuff, he had like hit the limit for the amount of times that he could donate sperm. So then he was going to other countries, and then he was also making fake profiles.
Well, and these sperm banks are all networked together. They're basically like Target. And they share inventory. So like if he leaves a ton of samples in Helsinki and Canada needs some Viking sperm or whatever he had, however he described it, they would send it over to Canada. I guess. That's what, and it was like episode 2 or 3. But I just don't, I mean, there's going to be a whole generation, like literally, of descendants from this one guy. Mm-hmm. Which is fucking crazy. Like Nick Cannon's going to be like in 100 years, the Cannons are going to be like a city. If you think about it. Right?
Because there's so many of them.
Well, there's 12 and you got to think, well, if they all have 2 kids, that's 24. And then if they all have 2 kids, it's 48. Eventually that generationally, like Nick Cannon will be like the father of America. Like there's going to be a history book that's going to be like the history of the Cannon family. It's going to start with Wild and Out. Drumline. The greatest actor of our timeline. Like, Nick Cannon will go down as like the most revered comedian. What I guarantee it. Because his kids and grandkids are going to be writing the history books. You know what I mean?
I'd be like, he was the greatest of all time.
Yeah, they're going to write about
Mr. Wildin' Out.
They're going to write about Nick Cannon like they write about John DuPont. Philanthropist. All around nice guy. Wrestling fanatic. Murderer. All right, so www.terribleperson.co. Go there, sign up for the premium. Like I said, all the part 1s that were previously on this feed have been moved over there. So please, if you're going to go back and listen to the archives, just sign up to www.terribleperson.co. Sign up for a month and fucking cancel it. Once you're done listening to the episodes, cancel it. But that's where they are.
Yeah.
That's where they exist now. And it's for the best to put those behind a paywall because there were a lot of questionable conversations. This is a nice reset. We haven't done this in years. I haven't done this in years.
I was going to say, or have you ever done this?
Yeah, I did this in 2013.
Oh.
I deleted all the episodes of How to Become a Terrible Person from 2012 because it was me talking to my friends and being like, you guys remember when I used to drink 6 months ago?
Oh, my God. I'm sure that was a really fun podcast.
Really fun conversations, but brutal. Because they'd be like, yeah, you did this one night, and it really pissed me off. And I'd be like, fuck, sorry, man. So.
Sorry to bring it up.
All right, so we're going to get into a lot of stuff. Caitlin had some allegations against me last week. We're going to discuss those on the premium.
I don't even remember what they were.
That's about the troops, babe. Kate came after me hard in our personal life. She had a personal attack in our personal life, and I got to tell you, it got me fucking fired up.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that's literally the vibe you've given for 5 fucking years.
No, babe. Come on.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. We're going to get...
That's on you. That's
right.
not on me.
We're going to get into that during the premium. So, again, www.terribleperson.co. Sign up. And again, we're going to refresh this feed. So this is the first episode of the new version of the podcast. So sorry if you were going back, but seriously, sign up for the premiums. Be helpful to us, and you'll also get all the episodes in one place, which is really nice. So
convenient.
Thank you, everyone. We're switching over to the premium now. Thank you for listening.